What once looked like a tight-knit and supportive family has started to show visible cracks. For the past year, rumors and subtle signs of discontent have floated through social media posts, fan forums, and even TLC's edited episodes. Anna, the fiercely independent and entrepreneurial daughter of the family, has long stood out as a bold voice, someone who speaks her truth and carves her own path. However, this independence has at times clashed with Amber and Trent's more traditional, structured parenting approach. Fans began noticing less screen time involving Anna in family group events, followed by less interaction between her and her parents online. While nothing was directly stated at the time, the growing silence was enough to prompt concern. Slowly, comments from Anna hinted that something was brewing beneath the surface, and now it seems the tension has reached a head. Without using names or tagging anyone directly, Amber and Trent posted a cryptic but clearly emotional message on social media that many believe was directed at Anna. The post read, "The message came with a photo of the two standing outside their Georgia home, looking serious and contemplative. It wasn't celebratory, and it wasn't lighthearted. This was a tone fans hadn't seen from the couple before." Although they didn't mention Anna by name, fans immediately connected the dots. Given the ongoing speculation, timing, and Anna's noticeable absence from recent family photos and gatherings, there was little doubt about whom the message was aimed at. The family's loyal following responded with an outpouring of comments, some supporting the parents for taking a firm stand, others defending Anna and calling for more transparency. The exact cause of the rift remains under wraps, but several theories have circulated among fans and commentators. Many speculate that Anna's rising independence and decision to live separately, run her own business, and make life choices outside of Amber and Trent's guidance may have created friction. Anna's openness in interviews and on her own social media channels has also added fuel to the fire. At times, she's hinted at feeling left out or misunderstood. She's even spoken about how being adopted into a big family came with challenges in terms of feeling fully accepted or heard, though she always expressed appreciation for the opportunities she's had. Some fans have even suggested that parenting styles and perceived favoritism could be part of the issue. While other siblings like Elizabeth, Liz, and Emma appear more compliant and closer to their parents, Anna has always struck a more independent, sometimes rebellious tone. This divergence, while not uncommon in large families, appears to have widened over time into something more serious. Shortly after Amber and Trent posted their heartfelt but firm message, Anna shared a quote on her Instagram story. The message was posted with a simple background, no additional comment, but it spoke volumes. Like her parents, Anna didn't mention anyone by name, but the emotional resonance was hard to miss. Her loyal followers flooded the post with hearts, supportive messages, and encouraging words. Many interpreted it as Anna setting her own boundaries in response to the expectations placed upon her. Her decision to remain silent in terms of specific details has garnered praise from many fans who admire her grace and maturity. Instead of lashing out or engaging in a public argument, Anna has chosen to let her actions and quiet dignity speak louder. This unfolding family drama has stirred passionate reactions from 7 Little Johnstons fans across various platforms. Some are siding with Amber and Trent, arguing that as parents, they have the right and responsibility to set boundaries even with adult children. They see the message as an act of tough love, meant to protect the family dynamic and foster long-term healing. Others, however, feel that Amber and Trent may be controlling or overly strict, especially considering Anna is now an adult who deserves autonomy and respect. Some have criticized them for using a public platform to air private grievances, saying it puts unnecessary pressure on Anna and invites unwelcome public judgment. Regardless of where fans stand, the overwhelming sentiment is one of heartbreak. Viewers who have followed the Johnstons for years feel deeply invested in the family's bond, and the idea of a serious divide is both saddening and concerning. Beyond the drama, what's happening within the Johnston family resonates with countless families around the world. As children grow into adults, their relationship with parents inevitably changes. Balancing love, boundaries, independence, and understanding is no easy task. Amber and Trent built their family on the values of openness, discipline, and community. They've raised their children with the belief that structure and communication are essential. But sometimes, that very structure can feel confining to those who seek to chart their own course. Anna, on the other hand, embodies the spirit of self-reliance. Her journey from adopted daughter to successful businesswoman is nothing short of inspiring. But with independence comes the challenge of navigating familial expectations, especially in a household so deeply rooted in shared values and public exposure. While this moment feels like a low point, it may also mark the beginning of a new chapter. Families fight, families disagree, but families also have the unique ability to heal. The message sent by Amber and Trent, though stern, was not one of disarmament. It was a message about love and limits, and Anna's response, though distant, echoed the same core idea. Love can exist even when people are apart. Fans are now waiting to see how the rest of the family responds. Will Liz, Jonah, Emma, or Alex step in or share their perspectives? Will TLC address the rift directly in upcoming episodes? And most importantly, will healing happen? Only time will tell. But one thing is clear, beneath the silence, cryptic posts, and emotional distance, there remains a foundation of love. It may be shaken, but it's not destroyed. If anything, this moment might just be the crucible that forges an even stronger bond in the long run. One built not on obedience, but on mutual respect and grown-up understanding. The Johnston family's strength has always been their willingness to show life as it is, messy, real, and sometimes painful. Amber and Trent's message to Anna may have come across as firm, but it also came from a place of vulnerability. It's a recognition that parenting doesn't stop when children become adults. It merely shifts form. Anna, on the other hand, is proving that standing in one's truth doesn't mean cutting ties. Her quiet composure and firm boundaries signal not rejection, but a deep desire for peace and authenticity. For fans watching closely, this chapter may hurt to witness, but it also offers a profound reminder that love doesn't always look like harmony. It sometimes looks like space, hard conversations, and the willingness to grow, even apart. What once seemed like a quirky, loving family dynamic now appears layered with conflict, miscommunication, and emotional distance. At the heart of this turbulence lies the narrative that Anna, one of the adopted daughters, has long been treated as the black sheep of the family. While some viewers once brushed off the signs as simple generational differences or misunderstandings, Anna herself has now come forward with a bold and unapologetic response to years of being sidelined. The cracks in Anna's relationship with her parents, Trent and Amber Johnston, didn't suddenly appear overnight. They were subtle at first: missed opportunities, harsh words during family dinners, less screen time in comparison to her siblings, and stricter criticisms from her parents. Over the years, eagle-eyed fans began pointing out the imbalance. Anna, a bright and fiercely independent young woman, often seemed left out of major family events, or shown only in scenes that painted her as defiant or difficult. But what turned whispers into vocal outrage was the emotional distance showcased in season 14. Anna's decisions, particularly regarding her business ventures, personal relationships, and housing situation, were met with judgment or even silence from her parents, whereas her siblings seemed to receive more support and grace. Fans speculated that while other Johnston children were celebrated for their choices, Anna often had to defend hers. The disparity began to feel like something deeper than typical parental concern, it began to look like emotional exclusion. After months of social media speculation and rising viewer concern, Anna finally broke her silence in a way that was impossible to ignore. Using her personal Instagram account, Anna posted a striking message that didn't name names, but left little ambiguity. Over a photo of herself smiling confidently in her apartment, she captioned, "Though subtle in tone, the message landed like a thunderclap in the Johnston fandom." Within hours, fans flooded her comments with supportive messages, praising her bravery and affirming what they had long suspected, that Anna was not being treated equally within the family dynamic. This wasn't the first time Anna had hinted at discomfort or tension, but this post marked a shift from passive tolerance to active declaration. It was Anna reclaiming her voice and her identity, away from a narrative others had written for her. The public response was swift and overwhelmingly supportive. On TikTok, Instagram, Reddit, and fan forums, users dissected Anna's post and the possible implications. Some shared screenshots of past episodes where Anna was spoken to harshly by her parents, while others compiled clips of her being left out of major family decisions. A recurring sentiment emerged. Many fans believed that Anna had been mistreated and emotionally sidelined, not just in isolated incidents, but as a pattern over time. She always had to prove herself more than the others, one Reddit user wrote. It's like no matter what she did, Amber and Trent never looked at her with the same warmth they gave the other kids. Another user added, Anna is successful, driven, independent, and resilient. That should be celebrated, not resented. Support for Anna grew into a movement, with hashtags like #JusticeForAnna and #BlackSheepNoMore trending across fan communities. Many praised her for her resilience and for not letting the strained family dynamics break her spirit. The Johnston parents have yet to respond publicly to Anna's post, though longtime viewers have speculated about their position. Some feel Amber and Trent have tried to assert control over all their children's lives, often under the guise of parental guidance. But with Anna, that control seemed less like protection and more like resistance. In past episodes, Amber has commented on Anna's attitude or rebelliousness, while Trent has been shown expressing disapproval of her decision to move out early and run her own business. Though the tone may have been well-intentioned, it often came across as dismissive, particularly as other siblings like Jonah and Elizabeth made similar life decisions with less visible pushback. Critics believe the underlying tension may stem from personality clashes. Anna is independent, assertive, and unapologetically herself. In contrast, her parents may prefer more by-the-book behavior. When these opposing forces collide, friction is inevitable. Despite the drama, Anna has continued to thrive outside the family narrative. She successfully runs her own online boutique, Anna's Closet, selling stylish and curated products that reflect her personal taste. Her brand has become a symbol of her individuality, a safe space where she calls the shots. She's also remained active on social media, engaging with followers and sharing parts of her journey, from solo vacations to self-care routines. It's clear that Anna is determined to carve a path for herself, one that isn't shaped by family approval or public perception. "I'm not here to fit into a mold," she once posted. "I'm here to break the mold and make something new." Her fans clearly appreciate that spirit. Many view Anna as a role model, not just because of her perseverance, but because of how authentically she's handled being seen as different, even in her own home. Anna's experience has sparked broader discussions about how adopted children, especially those who come into families with multiple biological or previously adopted siblings, may face unspoken dynamics that aren't always visible on the surface. Though the Johnstons have long presented themselves as a loving and united family, the cracks revealed through Anna's journey have forced fans to reconsider what happens behind the scenes. The black sheep label is rarely about the person wearing it. More often, it reveals the fragility of family systems that prioritize conformity over compassion. Some viewers have questioned whether the pressures of reality TV may be exacerbating the Johnston family conflicts. Having cameras capture every disagreement and decision can amplify tensions, and the need to maintain a public image may sometimes come at the cost of genuine connection. Whether Anna and her parents will find their way back to a more supportive relationship remains uncertain. Anna's bold response seems to signal a turning point, not just for her, but for the future of the family dynamic. Some speculate that Season 15 may delve deeper into the rift, with cameras potentially documenting the fallout and any attempts at reconciliation. But fans are divided. While some hope to see healing and understanding unfold on screen, others believe Anna deserves space away from the spotlight to process her experiences without pressure. At the very least, Anna's stand has opened the door for long overdue conversations within the show, the family, and the fan base. Ultimately, Anna Johnston's decision to speak out is about more than one family dispute. It's a declaration of self-worth, a refusal to shrink into a label someone else gave her, and an inspiring message to anyone who has ever felt misunderstood, underestimated, or excluded, even by those closest to them. Her resilience reminds us that sometimes the strongest family ties aren't forged by birth or name, but by respect, mutual support, and love that doesn't come with conditions. The 7 Little Johnstons family is no stranger to change, but a new chapter in Liz Johnston's life is causing emotional ripples throughout the tight-knit household. In an exclusive sneak peek, fans are getting a closer look at the difficult yet pivotal moment when Amber Johnston, the family's matriarch, expresses growing concern over her daughter, Liz's plans to move out with longtime boyfriend Bryce and their infant daughter, Layton. For Amber, the transition isn't just about physical distance. It represents a shift in the family dynamic that she isn't entirely prepared to face. Amber Johnston has always been a strong presence in her children's lives, steering them with discipline, guidance, and a deep sense of involvement. With 5 children, Jonah, Anna, Emma, Alex, and Liz, Amber and husband Trent have maintained a firm yet loving household, where independence is encouraged but responsibility is expected. However, when it comes to Liz, who recently became a mother herself, Amber's protective instincts have kicked into high gear. The arrival of baby Layton marked a joyful milestone for the Johnston family, but it also signaled the beginning of major lifestyle changes. As Liz transitioned into motherhood, she leaned heavily on her parents for support, especially during the newborn phase. The Johnston home offered comfort, stability, and a built-in support network of doting aunts, uncles, and grandparents. Now, as Liz and Bryce prepare to spread their wings and start their own household, Amber is feeling the emotional toll of letting go. In the sneak peek, Amber's internal struggle is quietly but clearly visible. Though she puts on a composed front, her words and tone reveal the concern brewing beneath the surface. Her worry isn't rooted in distrust or disapproval of Liz's capabilities as a mother. Rather, it stems from a complex blend of maternal protectiveness, fear of the unknown, and uncertainty about Bryce's readiness for the responsibilities ahead. Bryce and Liz have been together for several years, and their relationship has been a focal point of the show. From their sweet beginnings to the tensions that arose as they navigated adulthood, viewers have watched them mature both individually and as a couple. The arrival of Layton added a new dimension to their relationship, transforming them from partners into parents. Despite their commitment and shared love for their daughter, Amber can't help but feel apprehensive about their decision to move out. It's not just about the physical demands of raising a baby. It's about stability, long-term planning, and whether the young couple has thought through the challenges that lie ahead. Amber, who has always emphasized preparation and accountability, wants reassurance that this decision is truly the best move for all 3 of them. For Liz, the desire to move out is rooted in a natural yearning for independence. Having grown up in a structured environment, she now craves a space of her own, somewhere she and Bryce can create their own traditions, raise Leighton on their terms, and build the life they envision. While she appreciates her parents' support, Liz also wants to show that she's capable of thriving outside the safety net. This perspective, though entirely understandable, puts Liz and Amber at odds, not in conflict, but in emotion. Amber knows Liz is growing up, and in many ways, she's proud. But she's also painfully aware of how quickly time passes. Baby Leighton's first smiles, first steps, and early milestones may now occur outside the walls of the Johnston home. It's a bittersweet realization that leaves Amber feeling both proud and heartbroken. Meanwhile, Bryce finds himself in a delicate position, balancing his commitment to Liz and Leighton with the unspoken pressure of winning Amber's full confidence. While he's always shown love and dedication, Amber seems to still question whether he's fully ready for the lifelong responsibilities of parenthood and partnership. Her concerns may be less about Bryce's intentions and more about his preparedness. Has he mapped out a plan for supporting his new family? Does he truly understand the gravity of the role he now plays? In quiet moments, Amber reflects on her own journey into parenthood, the sacrifices, the sleepless nights, the unrelenting sense of duty. She wants Liz and Bryce to thrive, but not at the cost of hard lessons learned too late. Her hope is that, even as they step away, they'll remain close in spirit and continue to seek guidance when needed. Trent, ever the grounding force in the family, offers a more tempered perspective. While he shares Amber's concerns, he also recognizes the importance of giving their children the freedom to make decisions, even imperfect ones. For Trent, this is part of parenting, raising your children to fly, not to cling. He encourages Amber to trust Liz's judgment and to remember that every young parent grows by facing the realities of life head-on. Still, Trent knows his wife's heart. He sees the sadness behind her stern questions and the tears she hides when no one's looking. For Amber, the idea of losing daily access to her granddaughter is almost too much to bear. She's been there since day one, through the pregnancy, the delivery, the sleepless nights, the tender first baths. She's formed a deep bond with Leighton that she worries might weaken with distance. Emma and Anna, Liz's sisters, also offer their opinions, though their roles are more observational. Emma is excited for Liz and eager to visit her new home when the time comes. Anna, ever practical, raises thoughtful questions about logistics, finances, responsibilities, long-term goals. Their input adds to the overall chorus of voices weighing in on Liz's big move. What's clear from the sneak peek is that the Johnston family operates from a place of love, even when they disagree. Their conversations are sometimes tense, occasionally awkward, but always rooted in deep concern and mutual respect. Amber's worry isn't about control, it's about care, and Liz's push for independence isn't rebellion, it's growth. As the episode unfolds, viewers can expect to see this emotional tug-of-war play out with honesty and heart. Amber will continue to voice her reservations, not to guilt Liz, but to ensure every decision is made with full awareness. And Liz will continue to assert her desire for autonomy, hoping to find a way to honor her mother's wisdom while following her own instincts. The move itself may bring logistical challenges, finding the right place, setting up a nursery, balancing work and parenting. But emotionally, it signals a major turning point for the Johnston family. It's a moment of transformation not just for Liz, but for Amber too. As a mother, she must now learn to embrace a new role, supportive but less central, present but not always needed. It's a shift that requires grace, patience, and a whole lot of love. As 7 Little Johnstons continues to document the real-life stories of its cast, this storyline promises to resonate deeply with anyone who has experienced the growing pains of family evolution. Amber's worries are those of every mother learning to let go, and Liz's ambitions are the dreams of every young parent trying to build a better life. Bryce, too, represents the quiet strength of a father trying to prove himself not just to his partner, but to the larger family he's joined. The upcoming episodes are likely to explore how this transition unfolds, whether tensions ease, whether Amber finds peace with the move, and how Bryce and Liz handle the realities of independent living. Viewers will get to witness the couple's efforts to balance personal growth with familial ties, all while raising their baby in a world that now feels just a